terminology jumbled. The latter principle applies here. Genres and topics shift. Some stories are eerie, others are filled with action. Many are historical. Several have characters I introduced in novels, or else they're about famous authors, such as Henry James, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and J.D. Salinger. In one story, Thomas de Quincey performs double duty both as a famous author and a character I featured in 3 novels. Each story has its own introduction, so I'll leave you for now and rejoin you in a moment. Time was. Many story ideas came to me during automobile journeys through the vastness of the western United States. This one occurred in 2005, while I was on a promotional tour for Creepers. Driving from a bookstore in Tucson, Arizona, to one in Scottsdale, The Poisoned Pen, a favorite, I encountered a traffic jam that lasted for hours. I noticed a side road and wondered if it might allow me to bypass the numerous blocked vehicles ahead of me. After all, what could go wrong on a side road in the desert? Time Was is an example of my eerie Twilight Zone-type stories. Rod Serling was an early influence. You'll encounter a few similarly eerie tales later. This story dramatizes one of my painfully learned themes, that what we think is normal can change quickly and drastically, and what we cherish can be taken from us without warning. "Debbie, I'm going to be late," Sam Tucker said into his cell phone. Late? In the shimmering desert, the weak connection made his wife's voice hard to hear, but the strength of her inflection compensated. "Maybe not till after dark." "You promised Lori you'd be at her birthday party." "I know, but—" "You missed her birthday last year, too." "Traffic's backed up for miles. The radio says a big motorhome flipped over and burst into flames. The reporter says it's going to take hours before the police clear the wreck and get traffic moving again. I'll try to make it up to her. Look, I realize I haven't been home a lot lately, but—" "Lately? You think I enjoy working this hard?" Stuck in an unmoving line of vehicles, Sam watched his Ford Explorer's temperature gauge drift toward the red zone. He turned off the engine and the air conditioning, then opened the window. Despite the desert's dry heat, sweat trickled off his chin. "I don't mean to complain." Debbie's voice was fainter. "It's just—" "Never mind. Where are you?" "On I-10. The hell of it is, I planned ahead, finished my appointments, and left Tucson an hour ago. If everything had gone smoothly, I'd have been home in time for Lori's party." Static crackled on the cell phone. "Debbie? If we hadn't bought the new house, maybe you wouldn't need to work so—" The static got louder. "Debbie! Don't rush and maybe get in an accident just because—" Something ended the transmission. Now Sam didn't even hear static. He almost called back, but then thought better. The conversation hadn't turned into an argument. Leave it at that. Besides, the car ahead of him budged forward a little. Maybe traffic's starting to move sooner than the radio predicted, Sam hoped. Then he realized that the car ahead was only filling a gap created when a vehicle pulled off the highway and followed the shoulder to an exit ahead. A handful of other vehicles did the same. So what, he thought. Maybe those drivers live in whatever town that exit leads to, but I need to get back to Phoenix. Traffic inched forward, filling the other gaps. He started his SUV, noted that the heat gauge had fallen to normal, and followed the slow line of vehicles. Now he saw that the exit led to a gas station, a convenience store, and about 20 sun-faded adobe houses whose cracked stucco indicated their losing battle with the desert. Something else caught his attention. A few of the cars that had taken the exit were now throwing up dust as they continued along a sandy road that paralleled the highway. What do they know that I don't? He wondered. When traffic stopped again, he opened the glove compartment and pulled out a map, spreading it across the steering wheel.